Welcome to the Pirate Broadcast, where we interview interesting people doing interesting things, where you can expand your connections, your community. Kindness is cool and smiles are free. And let's get this party started. And it's a great day for the Pirate Broadcast. And I'm just so excited to be here this week. And I want to tell you why. A couple of reasons. We're going to be giving away pirate treasure all week long. Some of the pirates have been kind enough to contribute to this cause. And Sharon, no different. You got some things. You got special prizes coming on board today. So welcome back. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing wonderful. I am so glad that the pandemic is almost over. You know what, Russ? I forgot that, you can go outside and feel the sunshine. You know what I mean? You can go to the pool and dip your feet in the water. I forgot about all that stuff. And getting reacquainted with life is so exciting and invigorating. So I hope you're enjoying this after the pandemic.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I love is the idea that we can actually start connecting again in person, face to face. And I know that there's some networking, with, space and everything else, for those that, want to feel comfortable but it still, I think it reinforces the fact that we are human creatures that like to be in connection with other people, connected with other people. And it's really important for us to build that community up and make sure that we're, at least helping and supporting each other. And that's what the Pirate Broadcast is all about, the support the pirates and the community. And it's really amazing to me to watch how it has evolved over the last 18 months or almost 2 years now, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it feels strange, and the future is still bright. I think the future is still bright. So catch us up on what you're doing and what you've been doing, and also, what you're excited about these days, Sharon.
Well, what I'm really excited about is that we just did our first cooking and booking chef competition. I have helped 5 authors publish their cookbooks.
Wow.
And so, we're always looking for creative ways to market our authors. And so what we decided to do was to hold a chef competition. And it was fabulous. It was a virtual chef competition. And we learned a lot because we did the on Zoom beta.
Uh-huh.
We learned a ton as a result. And it was just so fun. We had chef judges at each site. We actually, I can't just do one site. I had to do 4 sites. We had 5. And unfortunately, one of the cooks had to pull out because she had death in the family. But the beautiful thing about everything is that we had a site in Louisiana. They are famous.
Oh, yeah.
Famous for their food. And then we had a site in San Antonio. That's the resort, the fun entertainment city. And of course, Houston with our multiculturalism. Yeah. The beautiful thing about Houston is you can get any type of food anywhere, anyhow.
Yeah.
So it was sensational. I'll just put it like that. It was sensational.
One of the things that I've always been curious about, maybe you can expand on it a little bit, is, recipes travel, from family to family, to grandmothers, to mothers, to daughters, to sisters. And they may vary a little bit, but some dishes may be very, very similar. And so in a cookbook, how do you how do you make something unique in a cookbook so it's very unique to that cookbook? How do you manage and modify those recipes like that?
Well, it depends on your culture.
Uh-huh.
So the chef in San Antonio did a Mexican cookbook.
Oh, okay.
The chef in, I have a couple of chefs in, well, three in Houston. One did a soul food cookbook. Then the other one did country club cuisine. And then the last one did healthy food with herbs and spices and fresh vegetables, excuse me, from her garden. Actually, she actually went out in the garden and pulled stuff out of the garden and cooked her meals. I mean, it was sensational. But one thing she did, I thought was kind of cute. She got her judges drunk. So so, it just depends on the cultural influence. That's how you make a difference.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. My mother used to have all kinds of cookbooks, and some of the recipes got used over and over and over again, as family favorites. And it just amazes me the variety and the diversity in different meals and different dishes and cooking strategies. It's just fascinating to me. So how did you get into cookbooks?
Well, I mean, actually, people who want to write books, we don't specialize in a certain genre. What we specialize in the love and the care that we give authors to help them along their journey. So I've stayed focused on caring about who the person is and what their mission and goal is. And so that's the vein. So they came to me with cookbooks, and I'm one of those jump off the mountain kind of girls.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, let's see what happens. And what happened was we had some beautifully designed cookbooks. And actually, I have a naughty girl that I work with for the Grown and Sexy. And I was able to partner her with Chef James out of San Antonio, by the way, who won the competition. And she's written this book called Dessert Novella Sweets. And you know what happens in the SUITES. And so she had all these desserts. And so he actually cooked the desserts, took pictures, and provided the recipes for her book. So I like to partner people for success.
That's brilliant. I love that. I love that. I like the idea of collaboration, and especially when it comes to dessert.
Oh yes. And red velvet cake, bread pudding, all that wonderful kind of stuff. It's all in this book, sensationally written.
Well, I know that
I mean sensationally.
Yeah. Sensationally. And so now that is, are you going to do a second version, or are you going to continue with some of the chefs, or are you going to go on to a different project? Now, I know you're doing you have another project going on.
The Authorpreneur Coach Certification Program.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that. Authorpreneur Certification.
Okay, so I'm going to come back to that. I want to answer.
Yeah, you'll have to come back and bring that to the table.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to answer your other question. We're actually, as a result of the cook-off, even with its blunders, because we had a few foresights. What was I thinking? But the moral of the story is several of the chefs who were judges, because we had in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, we had NOLA chefs from New Orleans. Okay, so they all want to get together and write a book.
That's awesome.
Okay. And then also Chef James, the chef who won in San Antonio, he wants to do another book. So that's a result. But we're actually going to go to San Antonio and also New Orleans and do a chef competition.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I some of the food that I've had in Houston is just amazing. Uh, another pirate on the that's been on the show a couple of times actually, Randall Constant. He's over in that area, and he has been in the food business for decades.
Wow.
And he's now doing Amazon lives and talking about different products and foods and products that support foods and all kinds of different dishes and things that are going on. But might have to introduce you to if you're going to be doing some work over there.
Oh, absolutely. He would be a great judge.
Well, he actually, him and his son, they go to the food, these events and activities, and very well connected in the food industry. So it'd be a great one to be a judge. Yeah, absolutely.
And let me throw I got to put a little season in this conversation. We even had a comedian as one of the judges. It was good. DC the comedian. And he really rocked the house. We had a great time. We really did. It was a great chemistry.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. I love it. So do you have any particular favorite dishes that you enjoy?
Oh, well.
You have a weakness there, Sharon?
I do. Anything that's a pastry or anything that is traditionally a masculine dish like chili or lasagna or something like that. I really do like that. I like it a lot. But I don't want to forget to talk about this authorpreneur certification program. Because we can talk about food.
We can talk about food for hours. I know. So if you have Russ Hedges in the house, Elise, I'd love to ask everybody here that's here today, what it's 66 the unknown. How's it going, guys? It's going well from Twitch. Russ, good morning. What are your favorite dishes? I'd like to, Elise, what is your favorite dish? Russ, what is your favorite dish? If you had one meal you had to pick out, what would it be? So I'll leave that the question. So entrepreneurs, you've been a long time, you've been supporting entrepreneurs as long as I've ever known you.
Yes.
And wordsmithing and helping out writers and getting books published and all kinds of activities around that. So talk a little bit about this program you got going on.
Well, we've known each other for about 14 years. And so, I've been in the literary industry for about 14 years. I started helping authors when I met you, pretty much so. And I wanted to take all of the experiences that I've had and create a program so that I could render, compassionate coaching to authors who, authorpreneurs, I call them authorpreneurs because an author is an entrepreneur. So I wanted to put them in a safe incubator and help them to build up the skills that they need in order to help authors at the beginning of their journey. And that's what this is all about. So if you're a coach already, if you're a consultant, if you, if you're an author and you've been in the industry for a while and you want to, be able to handle your business, this author certification program, coaching certification program is good for those individuals. You might want to add a little something, a little seasoning to your business and create another income stream,
Yeah. I like it. So we had talked about the possibility of giving this away for a scholarship to the program in the Pirate Syndicate, or the Pirate broadcast here today. So if you type in hashtag Pirate Nation, just type in hashtag Pirate Nation down below for the pirate treasure, and might win a scholarship if that's something you'd like to do. And you could gift it if you're not an author. You have no interest in being an author. You could actually introduce it to someone else that needs some support from Sharon.
A life coach who is interested in helping their clients to, write books, speakers who want to add an additional stream of income.
Yeah.
Even podcasters.
Podcasters are a good candidate.
Yes.
Elise says she loves lasagna.
Oh, I love it. Me too.
I'm right there with you.
Oh, wow.
Very, very good. Very tasty.
I don't know if I told you, Russ, but my son was one of the chefs in the competition. And he did something highly unusual. I've never seen asparagus in a pocket. And he put the asparagus in a pastry pocket. Can you imagine?
Oh, yes. I can imagine. That sounds really good right now. I'm a fan of asparagus, and that sounds pretty tasty.
Yes.
Yeah. That would be that would be really good.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah. So I want to talk. So what are you seeing in the industry as far as books and writing and what are people really challenged with? What are they struggling with? Where they need the most help? Where have you been providing this kind of help for them, Shannon?
Marketing.
I
didn't have to think about it. Marketing. I think sometimes authors, they get caught up in the romanticism, and then television, the movie industry, they perpetuate a certain image. So you think you're going to write a book, get an agent, and then you're going to be on the New York Times bestselling list, and you think that plus I forgot about the large advance.
Yeah.
But that's not the way the industry is now. It's totally different.
Totally different.
Yeah, you've got to roll up your sleeves, Russ. You've got to get in there and you got to make it happen. Remember the pet rock?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, anybody that can sell a pet rock can sell a book.
Yes.
But he was intentional about selling that pet rock.
Yeah.
So you have to be intentional about selling your book. And, you can look at the largest bookstore in the world on Amazon. Okay. Zillions of books, daily, thousands of books, new books introduced into that market. So how do you make your book different or noticeable or exceptional? You write a good story. That's the very first piece. You write a good story, and then you market the mess out of that book.
So what strategies have been successful in the marketing process for you?
Well, keep in mind, I kind of put my writing career on the back burner because what was important to me was to empower authors to be successful. And I know if you have a great beginning, you'll have a great ending. So that's where my concentration has been. But what I found is that you need to always have your pulse, looking at the pulse of the market and looking at the experts. What are they doing? How are they changing? How are they metamorphosing into what they need to be? Okay.
You don't necessarily have to reinvent the wheel.
No. And we get so caught up in that. But if you're in a stagnant place, then you need to recreate the wheel. You need to come up with something sensational. I was just sitting and I was like, what do I have a lot of? And I said, oh my goodness, I have a lot of cookbooks. I've helped people do a lot of cookbooks. So what can we do with that? And that's where that idea from the chef competition came from.
I love the chef competition.
I do too. It's so fun. You could tell I love to eat. Well, not only that, but I love it. Hannibal Smith from the A-Team said, I love it when a plan comes together. I mean, that was perfect. Everybody in there's a whole channel for cooking. So,
I think the other thing that you kind of alluded to earlier is this, making sure that you continue to make progress, whether it's, asparagus in pastry, or, experiment and find comfort food in lasagna like Elise, and making sure that there's some things out there that you can actually produce results with. And just showing up, I think, is a really big part of it, just showing up and being consistent. So you're number 400, episode 440. And so, we've been showing up here on a regular basis, and a lot of people are excited about the possibility and sometimes discouraged by the process, right?
But you know what, Russ? It's just like anything else. If you had stopped at episode 10 because only 2 people were showing up, you would never have met the people that you met, had the rich experiences. A lot of times it's okay. I want you to be wealthy. I want you to be a billionaire. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But the experiences and the people that you meet, if you put a dollar value on them, you couldn't. It's because of the richness that they bring to your life.
Yeah. Well, in fact, you were, mentioning how long we've known each other, and going back, I still know a lot of people from the Main Street Chamber and all the networking that I did early on in the Houston days. And it's just fascinating to me that I'm still connected with so many people. Hyde Ives, and he shows up on the show every once in a while, and Sharon Zapata, and Marion LaSalle, and different people that are showing up and in the network and the community. And it's just amazing to me that we're all able to do something. We're all able to add value. We're all able to do, make an impact and help somebody else out. And I just think it's so important. And I love what you're doing with the books. And you've been always a great wordsmith. So it's always been amazing to, craft that message and get that out there. So D. Riley, hey, in the house, how you doing? So D, if you want to look at the possibility of winning, you could type in Pirate Nation, and Sharon's got a program that she's going to be teaching authors about. D has written travel vlogs. He's in Europe, and so we have Elise from South Africa. We have D from I think he's in where are you, D? Where are you? Mention it. And then Russ Hedges in Oregon. So yeah.
Hello.
And the reality is that we may not have a lot of people show up at the live sessions here today. However, there's a lot of people that consume the content afterwards, and this broadcast goes out to at least 20 locations right after it's produced, and it goes out, and it there's all kinds of connections and introductions that benefit from being a pirate. So it's nice to be Edinburgh, Scotland. I wanted to make sure that I got that right.
Scotland.
I got to get to Scotland. So, yeah. So what's on the horizon now that you've got the book thing and you've got the entrepreneur certification program going? Is that an ongoing process that you've built, Sharon?
Yes, actually, we're in the process of. I'm going to do a full launch on the entrepreneur certification program right now. Mm-hmm. Actually, our first class is about to graduate, and that has been a sensational experience. I want to shout out to all of my collaborators that came in the house and, just added the icing on the cake. Nice. But you know what? I can't help but network, Russ. I don't know why, but I do. I'm a networking fool and can't help it. But yeah, we're going to continue with that. And we're looking at doing a virtual writers conference. Actually, it's not going to be a writers conference. It's the writers conference after the writers conference, where we talk about the things in the authorship process that aren't usually addressed at a writers conference. So we're looking at doing that in November or the beginning of 2022.
Oh, awesome. I love that. So walk us through the class. Walk us through the course. How long does it last?
Actually, it's a 12-week course. Okay. And we talk about marketing, obviously, editing. We talk about the startup business structures. We talk about the financial aspect. We talk about a lot of things. We talk about your customer avatar. We do personality tests so you can get a better feel or do a checkup of where you are and what your strengths and your weaknesses are. And we also do an internship. So far, the internship has gone really well. And the reason why we incorporated the internship is because we want to hold your hand while you step out of the boat into the water. And we want, because really the moral of the story is we want you to be successful. And we also talk a little bit about how to identify potential collaborators, how to build your team around you, and how to go after that client.
Well, I know writing a book, because I am an author, and it's a great business card. It's a great way to have a conversation. It's a great way to start up a conversation. And it's a great way to have a topic that you can speak to, because a lot of authors are also speakers and coaches. And so it's just a good business practice to build that authority in the market and build, get on shows like this, you get noticed and you get invited in, and all of a sudden you're having a conversation with people that you wouldn't normally have access to. So it's a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool. So you ready for the drawing here?
Oh, sure.
Let's do this. I know we don't have a big audience today, but they're all important here. So if you're in here, Russ, I don't know if you're still on, but if you want to jump on, you can do this. Type in #Pirate Nation. Wendy shows up. Yes, Wendy's here. There you go. Writing Pirates. Yes, Pirate Nation. She's very familiar with the process of writing and being in the movie industry, and writing scripts.
Oh, wonderful.
So let me share my screen here quickly. We'll wrap this up. Share screen. Okay, we're going to be drawing this. Drum roll, please. Let me move this out of the way. We'll get this out of the way. And so let's draw. Woohoo!
This reminds me of the Steve Harvey show.
From Edinburgh, Scotland.
hey,
D.
D.
All right.
Very good. Very good. So I love it, Russ. Well, congratulations, Dee. Just go to the link that Russ has placed up and send me a message, and we'll get you started.
And I'll follow up with email introduction as well, Sharon. So it's
great.
Using dub.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Dee. And believe it or not, he's going to laugh. But one of the chefs, female version, her name is Dee Riley.
Very cool. Very cool.
That is cute.
Well, Sharon, thank you so much for being here today and joining us on the Pirate Broadcast. And welcome back. Stay connected, follow up with the pirates, and connect with other pirates, and make sure that you're able to get out there and market your books and your material and everything else that goes along with it. So,
thank you, Russ. I appreciate you. Good to see you.
Likewise. And as always, everyone, please remember, like, comment, share this content if somebody needs to find it and somebody needs to receive it, because kindness is cool. Smiles are free. And I want you to enjoy your day. Take care.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you for joining the Pirate Broadcast. If you found this content valuable, please like, comment, and share it across your social media channels. I would love the opportunity to help others grow in their business. The Pirate Syndicate is a platform where you show up, we produce the show. It's that easy. If you want to be seen, be heard, and be talked about, join the Pirate Syndicate.